Today we are looking for world least visited country. Are you ready? Let's get started. Number 5. São Tomé and Príncipe. 29,000 visitors per year. According to the UNOTO's figures, this tiny two-island African country in the Gulf of Guinea now receives around 29,000 visitors a year, a huge jump compared with previous year's statistics. It's Africa's second smallest nation, after the Seychelles, and surprisingly little visited by tour operators and independent travelers considering its abundant natural beauty. Discovered uninhabited by the Portuguese in the 1470s, today there's a population of almost 200,000 people across the islands. Unspoiled Príncipe, home to just 7,000 people, is arguably the most alluring of the two islands, with its lovely beaches, needle-like volcanic tower Pico Cao Grande, pictured, and thickly forested interior. Thanks to its rich biodiversity, the island is a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. São Tomé also has fine beaches and dense jungle along with historic buildings. São Tomé City is renowned for its beautiful but crumbling architecture. Number 4. Comoros. 28,000 visitors per year. The Comoros archipelago, which lies in the Indian Ocean between the coast of Mozambique and the northernmost tip of Madagascar, had just 28,000 visitors in 2017, according to the UNOTO. Made up of three main volcanic islands, Grand Comore, Mohili, and Juan, with a fourth island, Mayotte, that remains part of France, it's an enticing offbeat place with a fascinating blend of Arab and Swahili culture. Those that make the journey, however, can plunge into the Indian Ocean to snorkel above little explored coral reefs, hike through pristine rainforests and traverse active volcanoes. Mohili is the smallest island but one of the most beautiful and home to the country's only national park. When it comes to wildlife, the mongoose lemur is one of the Comoros' biggest draws, along with other incredible species such as giant turtles and livingstone bats, the biggest in the world. Number 3. Montserrat. 8,000 visitors per year. A network of hiking trails, empty beaches and a lost city make Montserrat an enticing tropical destination. But it's the Caribbean's least visited isle. This is largely due to the stunning but active Soufriere Hills volcano, which began erupting in the mid-1990s and buried the former capital Plymouth in ash, forcing over two-thirds of the population to emigrate. It remains active. Today the island has just 5,000 residents. Much of this mountainous British overseas territory remains off-limits due to the ongoing volcanic activity. The city of Plymouth, St. George's Hill, the Soufriere Hills volcano, and the entire south of the island are in an exclusion zone. But you can admire the volcano from various viewing points including Montserrat Volcano Observatory and by helicopter, while boat trips will take you along the coast to see the deserted remains of Plymouth. Number 2. Kiribati. 6,000 visitors per year. An independent republic made up of 33 coral atolls that stretch across the equator in the central Pacific Ocean, picturesque Kiribati has a lot to entice visitors. But strangely very few make it here, most likely due to its remoteness. It's made up of three island groups, the Gilbert Islands, the most populated, the Phoenix Islands, and the Line Islands. Surrounded by barrier reefs, the island's lovely lagoons are perfect for paddling, snorkeling and diving. As you'd expect from an island nation, fishing is integral to its heritage and one of the main draws for those that do venture here. It's one of only a few places in the world where you can saltwater fly fish for bonefish. But it's also a place to discover Micronesia's traditional way of life and learn about its culture and history. Some islands were invaded by the Japanese in 1941 following the Pearl Harbor bombing, and its capital of Tarawa has numerous historic sites. Number 1. Tuvalu. 2,000 visitors per year. The least visited place on Earth, this sun-kissed archipelago on the outer western edge of Polynesia gets just 2,000 visitors a year, according to the United Nations World Tourism Organization, UNTO, statistics for 2017. Made up of 6 atolls and 3 islands, Tuvalu totals just 10 square miles in land area. Remote Tuvalu has a population of 9,561 with around half residing in the capital Funafunu. This peaceful nation has no army and is an idyllic spot to disappear to, where you can discover Polynesian culture and tradition away from the resorts. Visitors that do make it here are astounded by the underwater sights they encounter on diving and snorkeling expeditions around its coral reefs and crystal clear lagoons. Yachting between the little islands is another fantastic way to pass the time. Please support my channel. Thank you.